You come from Cuba. You were born in Cuba, and you came over with the Pedro Pan.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it was a secret operation then. Today we know a lot about it, but then when we were being get out of Cuba, taken away from Cuba, was very secret. In fact, the government, in spite of their spies and all of that, they did not know. And 14,000 kids were pulled out from the communist regime of Fidel Castro, and we had the great opportunity to come to this great country.
Now, your family is primarily in Florida, but you've moved about all of North America, everywhere from Canada to Florida and back.
I was relocated to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and a year after, my family joined me in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I went to high school, and when I decided to become a priest, I joined the seminarians of the Diocese of Matanzas, Cuba, who were in Montreal.
Now, after becoming a priest, you have been in the education realm as well, and I understand that that is perhaps where maybe you met our Father John Phillips in seminary.
Exactly. In fact, I became the rector of the seminary of Florida, Vincent de Paul, Boynton Beach, Florida, and I do remember Father John, then seminarian John Phillips, as well as some others, Father Jeff McGowan, Father Alan Bauer. All of them were seminarians while I was the rector.
Well, this is going to be a nice homecoming of sorts.
It is. I feel like a homecoming because the city of Gainesville is familiar to me. I had come several times before to visit the student center, St. Augustine Parish, and was invited to give a talk in the 80s about Felix Varela right there at the parish.
The Catholic Church has kind of gone through some different things recently. I became a Catholic, I'll be honest with you, not long ago. 2005, I went through the RCIA program, and since then, here at our parish, we have gone back to maybe perhaps what the early church was, with small community groups, starting with Renew and now on to Why Catholic. This is something that I feel has invigorated our parish. How has this been working with other parishes?
Yes, we need this to spread to many other parishes, because the Sunday experience for Catholics is our parish communities are so big, and so many come to the Mass that you merely can know the parishioners. And being in cells, in smaller groups, makes a big difference, because you get to know the stories of your brothers and sisters in the faith. And in reality, when you look at the early church, the Acts of the Apostles, that's how it was. They were very small communities, studying the Word, praying together, witnessing the faith, doing works of mercy, and it's almost like we are coming back to the origins, to the very beginnings of the story of Christian faith.
Very good. Many people share in that feeling, and it's a very good. Our hearts are on fire. If I can use that.
Indeed, and that comes from the Holy Spirit, because that fire is the Holy Spirit. As St. Paul says, you are temples of the Holy Spirit, and whenever the Spirit is, there is fire, there is love, there is dynamism.
Moving forward, as you proceed as bishop, what do you see for our area? What things would you like to leave your mark upon the area as bishop, as maybe leadership or positive things?
Well, I would like to see the youth and the young adults very involved in the life of the church. And I am so happy to see what it is happening in St. Augustine Student Center. I see a revival is going there, the number of students coming there, what is going on there, their interest in the life of faith, formation, studying the faith deeper, getting to know the social doctrine of the church, which is practically unknown by many Catholics. The most important doctrine that we have for social policies and the common good. And I would like to see an emergence of a very dynamic Catholic youth and Catholic young adults who are proud to be Catholics, who are who take their Christian faith seriously and give it the priority it should be in their scales of values.
Very good. That is very reassuring on a lot of levels. There have been articles that have been coming out in mainstream media that have been indicating, at least by some accounts, that religion is disappearing in many cultures, and I found that troubling.
Well, I can understand that because there are some pressures to eliminate religion, at times under the guise of separation of church and state. But the separation of church and state does not mean that religion is out of the public square, or that religion is to be on the margins of society. It doesn't mean that. And at times there are a lot of laughing in some programs, on our TV programs. They laugh to the Christians in putting them in as a second-class citizen, or people who are a little bit slow and are not with it. And all those prejudices affect the vitality of faith, because the more religious we are, the more we take the faith seriously, the better citizens we become, the better families we build up, the more contribution we have for the suffering humanity.